In this section, we're going to be taking a look at if statements. If statements are core fundamental logic when it comes to programming. They allow you to create logic based on some sort of conditions, and they work really well with variables. In this video, I'm going to cover what an if statement is, how it works, and how to declare one using C#. If you missed the variables section, go ahead and check out this video here that will pop you back into the beginning of the variables section within this playlist, because you will need to know how to declare variables in order to work with if statements. Otherwise, we're going to get started. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a solid foundation for understanding what an if statement is, and you'll be ready to tackle our upcoming challenges in the next set of videos. So go ahead, if you haven't already, go ahead and open up Unity Hub, open up the project that you're working within. For me, it's our C# guide for kids, although I guess it's not really for kids. This is just meant to be easy to understand. So let's go ahead and choose one of our scripts. I'm going to choose the main script. Go ahead and double click and open it up. I'm going to empty out all of the information that's in this script and use it to teach you what an if statement is. Okay, so here's our main script from last time, and I'm just going to empty out all the variables we made, empty out start, and here we go. It's important to know that variables can be created anywhere within your two main class brackets. That's this bracket and that bracket. So you can declare variables up at the top. You can declare variables within methods like start or update. But if statements can only be declared within a method. So you can't put an if statement floating up here. It has to be within something like start, update, or other methods. So I'm going to go within start and teach you the syntax of an if statement. It's pretty simple. You just type the word if, open up parentheses, and then open up brackets. And the way an if statement works is if some condition in here that we will type in is true, then whatever code you type within these two if statement brackets will run. So for example, let's say we wanted to check if you are able to swim. And if you are, maybe print out a message that says like, enjoy the pool. And if you're not able to swim, it doesn't print out a message. So let's convert this pseudocode into code. So we're checking if, we can use this if right here, if you are able to swim. So able to swim is a question, can swim or not, which means we do need a variable for that. So up at the top, let's just create a private bool can swim. And by default, if I just end it right there, it's set to false, right? So inside this if statement, I can check if can swim equals true. And you use double equal sign to compare. So we're checking if this equals true. If there was only one equal sign, we're setting it equal to true, but doubles is the comparing. So this is one way to write that. The other way to write that is to just say if can swim. And this is automatically going to be the same thing as checking if it's true. Okay, so if we can swim, we want to print out a message that says enjoy the pool. So let's do that. Debug.log, enjoy the pool. So let's just run this so that you can see how this looks right now. And also I'm going to serialize the field of this bool, serialize field, just so that we can see this private bool in our inspector. So save your script, hop into Unity, and make sure that on your cube the main script is attached, or your camera, or whatever you want it to be attached to. So I'm going to get rid of our boba calculator, the three dots remove component, and drag our main script on instead. All right, and on our main script, our can swim variable is represented by this checkbox. So if I check it to be true and I hit play, we should see that message. And there we go. In the console, it says enjoy the pool. Now what would happen if I ran this again, but I uncheck the box, so it's false? I'm going to hit the play button, and there you go. Our console prints nothing out because the message enjoy the pool will only print if can swim is true, and that condition is currently not met. So how do we tell the user that the condition is not met? We can actually use something called an else statement. So what you can do is you can just type else and then open up curly brackets. This else means that if this condition is not met, whatever code you put in here will run instead. So I'm going to put debug.log, something like you need a life jacket to enter the pool, something like that. And now save your script once more, hop back into Unity, and you should see that if we run the script again when it's false, we're getting the other message. All right, and there we go. In the console, it's now printing out, you need a life jacket to enter the pool because our can swim is false. Awesome. So this is the basics of an if statement and an else statement and how they work really well with variables, how you declare them and use them. So over the next few videos, we're going to be getting familiar with its if statements and the syntax, how to write them, how to convert your pseudocode into code through a series of challenges. So I will see you in the next one.